Okay, so I've left the most important issue for the end. Why on earth would we want to write an equation describing the relationship between two real-world quantities? Well, obviously, I want to be able to answer questions about those quantities. So, let's look back at the previous example. We were told this story about a store's hours and its operating costs. And we wrote down this equation relating the store's hours to its operating costs. Now, if I want to do a bunch of work using this equation, I probably want to rewrite it in a nicer form, but let's see. Now, if you own this store, why might you want to know about this? Well, maybe you have questions like, how much would it cost to be open for 8 hours? Or, maybe you need to cut your operating costs. How many hours could the store be open for $3,600? We can use this equation to answer both of those questions. Being open for 8 hours, that means H equals 8. We plug that in. C minus 4,800 equals 300. Now H equals 8 minus 7. Right? Let's get ourselves a little bit more space here. Do the arithmetic on the right hand side. C minus 4,800 is 8 minus 7 is 1. 300 times 1 is just 300. Add 4,800 to both sides. C equals 5,100. So, how much would it cost to be open for 8 hours? It would cost $5,100. How many hours could the store be open for $3,600? Well, that's telling us about a value of C. it's telling us C equals 3600. Looking at this original equation, we'll have 3600 minus 4800 equals 300 times h minus 7. Okay, well, let's distribute over here. 300h minus 2100. Over on the left, let's just go ahead and do subtraction. Negative 1200. Okay, what should we do next? We'll add 2100 to both sides, and we'll get 900 equals 300h. Divide both sides by 300, which I still like to think of as multiplying by 1 over 300. And we'll get 3 equals h. For 36 hours, for $3,600, the store could be open for 3 hours. Right, so these are the kinds of questions we want to ask using a linear model. To answer questions using a linear model, and here we'll be especially concerned with 2 variables. To answer these questions, first we write down a linear equation. Relating the variables, and then we identify the given information with one of the variables. So, for example, when we said that this for 3600 was giving us a value of C, that was identifying the given information with one variable. And finally, plug in and solve, after which we are ready to answer the question. So, writing down the linear equation is going to be the key here, but then also identifying the given information with one variable. We talked a great deal about writing down the linear equation. In identifying the given information with one variable, this step right here, where we wrote down what each letter represents, that step was incredibly valuable. You should use that step every single time you work any kind of modeling related problem. It makes it easier for your future self, and if you need to communicate what you've done to anyone else, It makes it easier to communicate what you've done.